So like, this is something I've really wanted to talk about because this is one of the biggest single gaps I've noticed with therapists is like, they don't understand how they either don't understand or they don't really internalize how important the internet has become. When it comes to business, we have the most powerful marketing tool we have ever had in the history of mankind. And I'm not just talking about ads. I'm talking about just your online presence, your organic presence. That is your storefront.
Yeah.
And I think perception has become reality. And I don't think a lot of therapists have realized this. Like this 20 something years, we've had MySpace, Facebook, Instagram, all these platforms now. So like you're a little younger, I'm a little older. I remember MySpace coming out. I like that more. You know, I think a lot of the older therapists might agree, but like speak from a younger generation, like, you know, about the importance of this. And I have a few things I kind of want to say.
Well, I mean, it's not just important, it's essential. Like if you want to make money, you have to be online. You have to be, or else you're limited to, you know, putting up flyers in your area, which no one even goes outside anymore. So they're not going to see them. So
handing out business cards.
It doesn't work. And I think I want to emphasize the importance, but then also emphasize like some of the changes that we've seen in like marketing in general and social media, because it's not like that anymore. Like the first word I'll go to is saturation. Like in the therapy market itself, there are so many therapists. Like I forget the Bureau of Labor Statistics percentage, but we'll put it up on the screen. It's something like a 18% year over year increase.
I think there's more therapists than people that are seeking therapy in some states.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's highly saturated. You know, if you're a therapist who's been doing it for 20 years, you most likely have some good referral sources. But if you're just getting started, even if you're 5 years in, you probably don't. Maybe you have some referrals, but it's not consistent enough to continuously bring you the caseload that you need to survive. Also with the platforms is like, they are actively benefiting while you're actively deteriorating, like, right? Every new client that they sign up, that's X amount of revenue that they get. And it's a lot of revenue if you actually calculate.
And they're dropping it. They're lowering the payout. They're increasing the rules. You know, the story we could tell about the other day.
Every other week we're hearing that they lowered something, right?
Or a horror story about a calendar disappearing or a letter going out about, you know, being delicensed because of a CE that didn't get done, that got done the day of or something.
It's getting more and more saturated every day. These platforms, you know, BetterHelp, Growth Therapy, ZocDoc, Psych Today, they're benefiting, and it's getting harder and harder to find you. So social media is not, an online presence is not just important, it's essential to get.
It's your way out. It's your one way out of the control of these companies who they originally were supposed to, like when people first started using them, they were supposed to be a tool, a little part of the business, and they've become the business,
right?
I think for a lot of therapists.
Yeah. It's your place to really go and build autonomy. Like no one watches TV anymore. No one, like I said, no one goes outside. So that's your place where you can really stand out and be one-on-one, and you can make it look however you want to look. So I think that's number one. And I think one of the biggest misconceptions that people have about it is that you have to like be constantly on top of it and be dancing in front of the camera and posting 10 times a day. Like, no, that's not at all like what we do. We build you, like Dan said, a storefront where you have, people will know what you're about when they look at your social media, and that's what it's about. You don't have to constantly update it. You just need a way for people to hear you, feel your personality. And that's a first step to standing out. And then I think the second thing is these platforms these social media platforms have gotten so good at finding your ideal audience. So a lot of times people get very caught up in, I have to do SEO targeting and put these specific interest details, you know, in my targeting and all this complex stuff, and use lookalike audiences. It's like in 2026 going on 27, like you don't have to do that anymore.
Well, first of all, you handle all that for them. I think like I have to explain that to people, like we're going to handle that for you, and you're incredibly good at that. But like really the most important thing is the piece of content, and that's what you're so good at. Like making a piece of content that they can analyze and gets it, and it's so clear who it's for and why, that they get it in front of the right people, right? Like every single person has an audience. Every single person has a tribe. Even people that I've seen that I've been like, that aren't my type of people, and I'm not everybody's type of people. Like there are millions of people out there that are going to see you and hear you and be like, I like this girl or guy. And the algorithm is so good at finding it, and you don't have to go out there and find them. They do it for you. So to not take advantage of that, I just think it's like nuts.
No, I agree. And that's why like going on social media, expanding your reach. And by the way, in 2026, clients don't have to come into your office anymore. You can do a session through Zoom. It's so much more likely that you're going to find that clinician that you were, I kind of believe in destiny and fate, right? Like that you were meant to find, that's actually built to help you by expanding your reach. But if you're just limiting yourself and kind of staying in this, saturated area, it's making it harder for the right people to find you. But yeah, that's like you were saying, Meta, Facebook, Instagram has just gotten so good at finding the right people. Like if you're watching this right now and you found us and we're describing your situation, like that's the
you found us through Meta. You found us through Meta. Like imagine your ideal client, like whoever, a girl, she's super anxious. She's or a postmenopausal woman, or a guy that's dealing with his own issues from childhood. Like he looks you up or he finds you on social media and you have no presence versus, even just like 15, 16 videos talking about his exact problem, showing that he feels understood. Like he's about to hand a stranger like one of the most painful parts of his life, right? Like before he ever calls, what's he going to do? He's going to look you up. And the first things that are going to come up on the search engine, Instagram, Facebook, before anything that comes up as your SEO, before your website. Way before your website's going to be on page, like even if you look up your name, your website's going to be on page like 15 unless you spent 50 grand on SEO. And even on your website, you can't have 15 videos talking to that person. And so this person's about to hand over a few $100s to a stranger. What do you want them to see? Your website or like 15 pieces of video showing that he feels and understands the exact problem that you're dealing with? Like to not take advantage of that, like I think is a really big lost opportunity. No,
and I know, and it's like, who do you think is going to have the higher chance of attracting those clients? Someone who you have to wait a few days to speak to, right, and hear their voice and get to know them, or someone who you can, in the click of a button, see what they sound like, see some of the stories they have, some of their beliefs. We live in such an instant gratification, inept society.
That's a great point.
Where with Netflix, you can click a button and watch any movie you want.
Amazon, you can have something at your house in the 2
next
hours.
Day. Literally in an hour. All these things have trained this up and coming generation, these consumers, like we talk about,
and even my generation and older people. We all want stuff quick now. You know?
Right. Everybody. Yeah. So you're just naturally putting yourself in a better position by allowing people to see you easily.
And this goes to a whole nother point too. Like the biggest crux for therapists is that they can be so good at their job, they're not allowed to ask for referrals. Like we can say, hey, like you're happy with us? Like, hey, like make us a video, like if you don't mind. And therapists will do that.
Yeah.
Like therapists can't ask for referrals, but our clients and clients that aren't our clients that do it properly, you go on their pages and you'll see their clients, their lives have been transformed. They will go on their page and they will actively be like, without asking, this therapist is phenomenal. They changed my life. Like, where else can you find that?
No, it's a huge differentiator, and it's hard to do without that. And I think if you've made it this far, it's like you're kind of noticing a common thread. How you do one thing is how you do another thing. So if you're kind of watching this, sitting there, like, you're looking at us, someone who's two people who have been running this company for a number of years now, and we've been where you've been. We've been lower than that. We've been just starting out, and we've had the dry spells, the things go wrong that you're like, how could that happen? And we've had some high highs. It's take it from us. It's once you start to transform your perception, not just to others, but of yourself by taking those steps, by starting to post on social media, by investing in look, if you can't afford to sign up for a done for you program, read books, go on the internet, watch Tony Robbins, the Diary of a CEO, whatever it is, learn. And as you start
we have AI now. We have everything
Yeah.
at our fingertips. Is that optimal for posting content? No, but it's something.
Yeah, it's
like at least you can get your
a start.
And for somebody
Momentum.
like me that had to like build small teams of people within companies and didn't have social media back then, or like wasn't able to not take advantage of something like that, you know, it is a big problem.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So change your actions and you'll start to see the world around you and the things coming back to you start to change.
And I think therapists teach that to people. They know that.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, like it's our job to help them put that into action. Sometimes all you need is somebody to hold you accountable.
Yeah.
And therapists are not, they're not void of that. They're still people. And sometimes a therapist just needs somebody to either A, hold them accountable, and B, believe in them and be like, you can do this. Like you can absolutely do this. You got this.
Absolutely.
Like what about like one of our clients this week who was so scared to be on camera, did it anyway, sounded great, sounded smart, went out of her way, did the extra stuff to do these cool extra shots and extra angles. I wrote her this like nice message saying like, look at this transformation you made from this video to this video. And she was like almost in tears. Like, I think that's so rewarding for me even to see like, and she felt it. And anyway, yeah.
Yeah. It's